Being a Monday morning, give them a couple days off. It took them a little bit to get going. Thought that they tried to be competitive, not where I wanted it to be. I thought the defense came out and played very well, created a lot of turnovers. The offense was playing behind the chains in negative situations the whole scrimmage today, which makes it hard to call plays when you're not having success on that first down call. So, I told them today that this is the last week of practice that we've got to make the most out of everything. So this Wednesday practice coming up, I need people to respond to the practice today, and we need some leadership and some accountability to step up. And I think it'll be interesting to see how they respond on Wednesday. But overall, with the scrimmage, we did make some plays offensively. I thought Mason Hayes stuck out a little bit. The Jacoby Hopkins ended up with a 75-yard touchdown at 1.2. So we had some good things going offensively. But overall, you'd like to be a little bit more competitive. But that's part of it. You're going to have some ups and downs in this from an offense perspective. Just my experience as a play caller. So you got to find motivation and ways to teach off of this tape, which we've got a lot of great situations and scenarios for these kids to learn off of, so we can jump back at it Wednesday and respond.
I feel like there was some.
Yeah, I think we're playing football is the thing that I enjoy. We're sustaining drives. We're making it competitive. We're starting to do more of these 2-minute situations. Put them in where these 4-down territories where the play calls can be a little bit different on third downs, where we know that we're going to go for it on fourth down. So there's a lot of good discussions from a coaching staff going on. We in one of our 2-minute situations today, the defense got to work their victory package where they have to take a shot at the end zone, and it's more of a Hail Mary situation. So every day we keep putting these kids in situations to improve. I think we are becoming a smarter team. We still got a ways to go, but that's up to us as coaches to keep challenging these guys and putting them in the right position to have success. I thought Gavin Graham was running around today defensively. Defensively had a really good day. I thought the quarterbacks got a little careless with the ball on some just odd situational stuff where they're trying to just avoid taking a sack and just trying to get the ball out of their hands, and then the defense would get interceptions, which that's the hardest thing with quarterbacks to teach is sometimes the sack is a really good play in a certain situation. But I thought the defense was running around pretty well today. I keep seeing Brian London and Nick Daniels stick out there. JT Taylor he's awesome. He's running around as well. So I know the defense can talk more in detail on them, but offensively with Mason Hayes making some big plays, I thought Hutch White's doing some good things as well. At the running backs from Jalen, he was doing well today too. So I like where the running backs are with, they're all starting to understand the timing of it all, and you're starting to see more chunk yardage with the run. So nothing too flashy today, but you're seeing them start to put together drives and playing football, and we just got to keep challenging these kids.
You mentioned Jalen and everything.
He's doing well. He stood out to me in the scrimmage on Saturday. And through just his work ethic and his demeanor and his energy, he's pretty contagious with that. So I'm enjoying watching him. He took some shots today, and he got back up and kept fighting and battling. There's a couple times I had to ask him if he was good, if he needed a breather, and he kept waving me off. And that's kind of showing the mental toughness and the physical toughness that we're trying to preach here. And he's doing a pretty good job at that. So pleased with where he is starting to stand out for us from a toughness and energy and leadership standpoint. It's Coach McGuire is really good at this, done it at a high level for a long time, and it's interesting to watch how he moves people around. Aaron Brewer's been playing center and he's been playing tackle, and you're watching one series, you go out there and you got Reese Jordan at center, and then you got Tate Heitmeyer at center, and then you got Jacob Fryer at center. You got people all over the place, which it's fun listening to his discussions, because he'll go through a practice and he'll be like, I believe that's my best 5 that I've got right now, in these situations and these positions. So, Clay's doing a really good job at that. Obviously, O-line coaches are never going to be pleased with their product, so they're going to constantly be working at it. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go all the way up through fall camp on how we're going to just solidify that unit. I think they got a great work ethic. That's something that I've been very pleased with this. I believe that the culture that they've had, these kids are really good kids and they know how to work. I think at the beginning there was a little hesitation on, new coaching staff, how we practice, how things are going to be. I think the more they're around us, the more comfortable they get, and you start seeing them play, without hesitation. So from winter workouts till now, I think they're coming very comfortable with what we're trying to implement from a scheme standpoint and how we practice and how we play. So I do credit these kids; they do get better each day. Today I was a little more negative in terms of a lot of turnovers being sloppy, things that we can control, but these kids are out there playing with effort, and we can grow from there. We messed around with it today. There's a lot of things that go into it. I'm not completely sure with it, but it's going to be turnovers are 6 points and touchdowns are 6 points. And the thing where we've got to get is if the defense stops, do we give them points? If that's kind of where we're trying to get a balance, because we have to go in offensive defensive scrimmage. Because these practices are very important for us, and we need that continuity still. Like, we need to put another 5 linemen out there and see if we can grow from there. But we're still working through that. But it's not going to be an exotic one where it's not going to be 150 to 140 or anything like that. It's going to be relatively simple and competitive, and we'll probably end up going a little 1s and 2s, 1s and 1s, and just kind of mix up the stuff. I need to put a 2-minute in that spring ball.
Expectations are coming into the spring game?
I want to see just a competitive scrimmage. I want to, as a head coach, I want to walk out and feel good that both sides of the ball played well. I don't want a lopsided deal where you're going into it where we've got to have a lot of improvement, a lot of thought on one side of the ball. I want to see a team playing competitively over the entire scrimmage is what I want to see. Obviously, you want to stay healthy. That's the main thing. But I want to see these kids play and kind of build some confidence and understand that both sides of their ball, we're in this together. Yeah. They're great kids. They're not a bunch of rah-rah guys, which I'm not asking them to be that. It's just when times of adversity hits, there needs to be there's only so much the coaching staff can do. They're going to try to motivate and try to get them in the right positions, but at some point that our leaderships, like, we're only going to go as far as the leaders that we have on this team. So we'll just see. We just got to keep finding that guy that's going to step up and try to get these guys right and go make a play for us.